Very pleasant good afternoon again. Yesterday, when we are putting it in the WhatsApp group, this Google form, almost 502 participants have registered, and there are 52 participants who have registered from North India. So to facilitate all those you, management has thought of going with Microsoft Team, so that this platform will make 1,000 participants attested. So today morning only we have tested all those things, and we are started implementing those things, but due to some technical reasons we can't able to we have succeed part of it. And other thing is, for most of the participants it was not connected, as every one of us was very familiar with Zoom, Google Hangouts and Cisco and all those things. So as Microsoft Team is very it is not actually used by everyone, it is new to everyone. What we thought is, I received a message from everyone through WhatsApp that it is not working, it is not working, it is not working. So we switched over to this Zoom for this meeting alone. Probably we'll have it for the further sections. We'll have it in Microsoft Team. So participants, those who missed, don't worry. Like yesterday, we are recording this meeting. So the same recording will be done. Will be put over there in the YouTube channel. You can make use of it. You can view it. So not taking much of the time. Already it is 12:41. May now request our research coordinator of Dr. Esna Sarkas, Dr. Uma Maheshwari ma'am, to have a short welcome note on this meeting for this meeting.
Good afternoon to all. Myself, Dr. M. Uma Maheshwari, research coordinator of Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today's topic is anti-plagiarism in research writing. We have it's a very interesting topic, and many of the participants have enrolled. Really, I am very happy and glad to receive the information that many of you have participated. And also, it's at the outset, I welcome the Dr. P. Muttumari sir, librarian, Alagappa Constituency Model College of Arts and Science from Paramakudi. Really, I am very happy and also glad to welcome you, sir, to the session. Now I will hand over the session to our guest. And also, at the outset, I welcome all the participants, and your patience is more appreciated. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Dr. Muttumari. And I thank to the authorities of Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science and the organizers, Dr. Mrs. M. Uma Maheshwari madam and Mr. M. Dilipan sir. And I spent more than 1 hour for getting some due to some inconvenience and technical issues. Right? Okay. And now I am engaging this session regarding the anti-plagiarism. Hello, are you able to getting me? Hello.
சார், நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட இதுல பேண்ட்வித் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் சார். உங்க வீடியோ வேணா நீங்க ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க இதுல பேசுங்க சார். இன்டராக்டிவ் செஷன் வரும்போது நம்ம இது பண்ணிக்கணும்.
ஓ சரி சார். இப்ப வீடியோ க்ளோஸ் பண்ணவா?
வீடியோ வேணா ஆஃப் பண்ணிக்கோங்க சார். நீங்க you can talk, you can start doing your session. So at the end of the session, when we are having the query, you can switch on your video, sir.
சரி. ஓகே. இப்போ என்னோட வீடியோ க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஆடியோ கேக்குதா சார்?
ஆடியோ கேக்குது சார். கேக்குது.
சரி. What actually I'm going to due to the time management, I will start some ideas. Right. Before start my session, I want to clarify 2 key factors regarding research, and all the researchers should be benefited to the society. This is my first idea. Then second one is citation and referencing. Some of them knowing the citation and reference. What's the citation? Is sources to be consulted for our research work, and the reference is a list of sources to be consulted. This is a basic concept before starting my session. And I'm going to take the plagiarism. Plagiarism is early. It was used during the year 1601 by earlier poets and some of the scholars were using the term plagiarist. So this is a background of the plagiarism. The second one is my next concept is the what is called the definition of plagiarism. To steal someone's ideas, someone's words as our own. That means we take others' work and we don't give any credit to the particular author or contributor. As we done by that work. This is a plagiarism definition by Merriam-Webster's dictionary, online dictionary defines. So what I'm going to do, the ஒரு short explanation I want to give you. For example, if a social worker move a destination, one destination from other destination to provide food and cloth for the poor and needy people, but he is confident due to this criteria, he is having some confusion on the route, the destination of the route. But whatever it may be, he is having confidence to reach the destination and distribute the food and other things to the poor and needy people. This is his confidence, and he is preparing all the things, and he start a travel to the destination. Similarly, the researcher wishes to start his research with some confusion, without any. He is having some knowledge or not having knowledge, but he needs some reference, right? Now back to that social worker. The social worker started his journey with his things.
Sir, could you please be louder, sir? It is not audible for the audience, for the participants.
Hello, all are get me? Hello, sir.
Sir,
Audible.
little bit louder, sir, so that
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Sir, you can do it. You can do it.
All right. Are you able to audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Okay. Right. The social worker moves towards to his destination. On the way, he saw a shop was open there. So he approaches the shopkeeper to clarify his doubt on his destination of the route. So he approaches the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper give clear-cut information to his destination. So immediately, what the social worker replied to the shopkeeper to the thanks. That means if he is getting a piece of information, he convey his gratitude to the shopkeeper. Right. Here is two processes were involved. One is he referred someone. He consulted someone. That means the shopkeeper was a source to the social worker. This is one thing. Then he immediately acknowledged the shopkeeper. So this is even though just half an hour journey, this kind of acknowledgement or credit is required to convince the shopkeeper, right? Then again he moved towards to his destination. He reaches the destination, and he distributed all the things to the poor and needy people. All are so happy. In this situation, some of the motivated, that means the receivers, the poor and needy people, is also motivated to become a social worker. So I am going to explain this small story. A researcher also take a journey without any minimum knowledge, but he is having confidence to complete that research work. That means he is going to complete the article, complete the research, PhD work, complete the book, or complete to write the book chapters, whatever it may be. He is going to. This is his confidence only, but he don't have any complete idea. So only what the researcher will do, he consults some sources. That means references. So if the sources, what are the sources he is going to consult at, definitely he will the credit to the original author. So this is to avoid the plagiarism. Suppose if researcher he is not to mention any credit or give any suppose if what is called knowingly or unknowingly missing that any information regarding the references, that will become a plagiarism. That means others work will be without credit he is using. That means the researcher is using without the credit to the original author. So try to avoid the plagiarism, whether it may be knowingly or unknowingly. As a researcher, we should avoid the plagiarism, right? Then immediately the researcher complete his schedule. That means complete his project, complete his thesis, complete his research article. So whatever it may be, that article will be the benefit to the society. So then again it goes to the some of the motivator to the further research. This is this is basic and common ideology about the what is called research and avoid the plagiarism, right? Now there's types of plagiarism. So plagiarism is a lot of plagiarism types are available using. That means one is mosaic plagiarism, and global plagiarism, intensive plagiarism. These are the plagiarisms are available in the sources, right? Oh, 1 second, please wait a minute. Paraphrasing. One more plagiarism is paraphrasing. Then verbatim plagiarism, mosaic plagiarism. So the first plagiarism is, I'm going to explain the first plagiarism, global plagiarism. The global plagiarism means taking an entire work by someone else and passing it off as your own. Suppose if the students, what the students will do that, they give the information to their classmates to prepare online text and assignments, whatever it may be. This kind of plagiarism also considered as a global plagiarism. The next one is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means para, small space, then phrasing. Phrasing means comprising of para. So what the plagiarism happens now, that rephrasing a piece of text in your own words. Rephrasing a piece of text in your own words. That means, other words, you have to cut and copy paste. If you have to decide the small piece of information from others' work is very useful to your work. So you have to decide and copy and paste it. And the researchers are rephrasing the terms in the content itself. So this is known as paraphrasing. Then what is called that? Then verbatim plagiarism. Verbatim means directly copy all the text from the other source. Directly. That means when you directly copy text from a source and paste it into your own document without attribution. Attribution means give the credit to the original author. Without the credit, you have to cut and copy all the things from the other source. If the structure and the majority of the words are the same as in the original, then it is verbatim. It is known as verbatim plagiarism. Then mosaic plagiarism means the phrases and pages and ideas from different sources and putting them together. Putting them together means keep all the things in comprising a new paragraph and continue your work. This includes slightly rephrasing passages while keeping many of the same words and structures as the original. Sir, are you able to follow me? Hello? Citing incorrectly. Citing incorrectly means if you are having any information, you wish to cite your work, or reference your work. So you wish to show your research work, but what happened? You are unable to. You just leave any terms or any words, any style, anyone else. If you missing that also. Known as plagiarism. That also comes under the category of plagiarism. Then again goes to self-plagiarism. So the self-plagiarism means we can use reusing work that you have previously submitted or previously completed or previously done your research work. Even thought if it is your own work, it is considered as dishonest to present a paper or a piece of data as a brand new when you have already got credit for the work. Already, if you have completed are you able to understand? I think so. Already you have completed the work, and that credit also you have fully received. Then again you go to the same content in another your work. So that also is self-plagiarism. So these are the 6 plagiarism I used to show you. There's still a lot of whether it may be intentionally or unintentionally, if you are doing any mistakes in this regard, that also plagiarism. So again, I wish to the background of the plagiarism. The Latin word plagiarism comes under the word Latin word plagiarism. During the 1st century, Roman poet Martial used the term Martial. 1st century poet named as Martial. He was used the term plagiarism to some of them steal his verse. Verse means work. Whether it may be poetry or prose or whatever it may be. Some of them still as verse. So this is the background of the plagiarism. Then by John Benson, Mr. John Benson, during the year 1601, used the term plagiary. Plagiary comes to the English language. From Latin to it comes to English during the year 1601 by Ben Jonson. So this is the background of the plagiarism. So now we are come to the definition. Definition, Merriam-Webster's dictionary. And the COPE. COPE, the second, one more definition is COPE. COPE means Committee on Public Ethics. Committee on Public Ethics. During the year 1999, they defined the plagiarism as plagiarism ranges from the unreferenced use of others. Plagiarism ranges from unreferenced use of others. That means without any reference, without any citation, without any reference. Sorry, citation, but without any reference. So this is this definition given by COPE, Committee on Publication Ethics. So this is one more definition. This is applied for both the print and the electronic versions. Whatever it may be the plagiarism, not only in print material, it is also applicable to the electronic versions, right? So now we are going to what are the things to be references, items to be cited, or things should be cited in your work. Suppose if you are a researcher, you need to refer existing literature. Existing literature means same related profession. Some of them completed the book, some of them published a journal article, some of them video notes, audio notes. These are the things is known as existing literature. So if you are a researcher, you should be you definitely refer existing literature for your current work. So this is the basic need. So hence, what are the items is mandated to cite your reference. For example, books from others, edited books, journal articles, manuals, technical reports, patent and standards, data sheets, government publications, articles from conference proceedings, articles in daily, weekly, bi-weekly newspaper magazines, photographs, videos, images, audio visuals, diagrams, formula, theory, definite theories, brochure, pamphlets, legal documents, statistical reports, internet sites, email information from emails, microfilm, even software, lecture notes. These are the things you should be. If you refer these any content from this source, you should be cite your work. Cite your work. That means your reference part you should be included in these areas, and so these are the items should be cited. But what are the items need not to be cited? That is a common language. The common language in the sense common language. Common language is simply I'm saying the sky is blue. The sky is blue. What is called the sky is blue? The bird is flying. So these are the common knowledge. Whether there is no need to any citation is not there. So this is the basic concept of the common knowledge. General description of social custom, traditionals and observable world phenomena qualify as common knowledge, as well as popular expressions and sayings such as the sky is blue, water is liquid, these kind of items. So common knowledge can vary between this is the main basic ideology. Common knowledge can vary between subject fields. So think about your audience. So think about your audience here. The audience is your suppose those who refer your work. After completion of your work, you have to submit your you have to complete your work. Then someone will refer your work. This is those who are refer your work. This comes under the category of audience. So if you have doubts about whether something is common knowledge, ask your guide and another expert in your other experts in your profession or discipline. That is important. Suppose if you think this is comes under the category of knowledge, common knowledge. So you plan to avoid that, avoid the citation or reference. You don't give any reference in your work. That also comes to the plagiarism concept. So then conclusions. If you have already cited the ideas, conclusions is one more concept. No need to cite your work. Summarizing your conclusion, you need not to be cite them again. If you are bring the new ideas, be sure to cite them. This is a conclusion. So next one important thing is historical overuse. When multiple sources provide the same information about the historical events, you may provide some of these events without a reference. However, you find the information just one in source, be sure to cite it. Whatever it may be, if you feel this is a historical overview, you have to consult with your guide or any sources. Then you have to plan whether it is added your reference or need not to add your reference. This is also depending upon the discipline concern, right? So these are the things, no need to cite your work. But better you have to, what I suggest is better you have to cite on whatever you have to refer for your work. You should cite your, you should refer your, you should give the reference to your work. That is better, I think so. So these are the things should not be, need not to be give the reference. Then again it goes to, sorry, so all of the followings are considered as plagiarism. Turning in someone else, the below mentioned list is the below mentioned work is known as considered as a plagiarism. So now the first work is turning in someone else's work as your own. Turning in someone else's work as your own. That means copy or steal others' work and maintain it in your work. You have to come. You done this work. You shows you done that work. Copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit. Already I told you, for example, the shopkeepers, incident and shopkeeper, social worker. He give the credit and with the reply of thanks to the shopkeeper for getting for giving the credit to in the piece of information. So it's a small piece of information he convey the credit. As a researcher, as a scientist, as a scholar, we completed the research. Our research will be future reference. So we should give the quote or acknowledge or credit to the original work. Right. Failing to put a quotation in quotation mark. Failing to put a quotation in quotation marks. Quotations means any captions like a friend in need is a friend in need, like this kind of information also should be in quoted. Right? Giving incorrect information about the source of your quotation. Giving incorrect information about the source of your quotation. So these also known as plagiarism. Changing words but copying a sentence structure of a source without giving a credit. Changing words but copying the sentence. Changing words, some of them copy paste on the content and simply using this right click and synonymous words. Synonymous words. Please don't do like this. Synonymous words to make the sentence. So they think it is the content will be uh, uh, content will be prepared by us. They assume that, but it automatically it will be uh, penalized one. Like copying so many words or ideas from the source that it make up a majority of your work, whether you give credit or not. These all the categories are known as considered as plagiarism. So now we are discuss first. We discuss the small background of the plagiarism and the definition of the plagiarism given by uh, Merriam-Webster's dictionary and Cope. Then third, we discussed uh, types of plagiarism, and fourth one is what are the items to be plagiarized, what are the exemptions from plagiarism. So again, what are the factors, what are the criteria to be considered as a plagiarism. So these are the items we have discussed. Then again, I want to some issues of plagiarism. If you do plagiarism without your knowledge, that means knowingly or unknowingly, intensively or unintentionally, if you are doing any mistake on this plagiarism side, definitely it will be a penalized one. Now the situation is very panic, so I am not give more stress on it. That pressure for the plagiarism punishments on regarding punishments, because a lot of higher officials did this were affected by plagiarism. Even the vice chancellor of some universities were depromoted. The students, research scholars, they are cancelled their registration and they are unable to complete the registration process. Sorry, the degrees. So monetary repercussions also will be happen. So legal actions will be definitely against the plagiarist. So better to avoid plagiarism, and during your be always be alert during your research work, or maybe the even if a conference article or a journal article, preparing book chapters and drafting a thesis and accompanying a book, whatever it may be, you should be quoted that. Some you definitely, and one more thing, some standards and patterns also should be give the citation to your work if you refer. So these are the things we discuss. Then um, some styles are available. Maximum we are using MLA's style. Uh, how to the citation style means how to give the reference in your work. Reference already all are known. The end of the text matter, we give the reference work. That means it shows what are the sources, and that means existing literature to be consulted for complete our work assignment or project or whatever or any work. Right? So each and every model unique structure. That means reference structure. So some of the leading institutes offering they fix some models. So they are keeping some standard design. That means styles, standard design, standard format for compiling yeah reference list. Right. MLA style given by the Modern Language Association. And then one more style, second, APA, American Psychological Association. CMOS, Chicago Manual of Style. These three are the most familiar one. Those who are working, social scientists or arts and humanities, whatever the sense of it, familiar to all the common book. Then right, then some of the institutes are having some old style, old format for mentioning their reference. Harvard referencing. Harvard referencing. That means the modern human. Then the next one is MHRA, Modern Humanities Research Association. Modern Humanities Research Association. This style is used for arts and humanities. This format was designed by the United Kingdom, MHRA. MHRA, that means Modern Human Research Association. They have a separate format, and if you want to publish any work in this platform, you should maintain this style only. Then Blue Book. Blue Book means, already I told you that what are the items to be cited? What are the items to be cited in your role? That legal documents also one of the resource you should be cited. Now the Blue Book citation is a traditionally used in the American academic legal writings. Blue Book is one of the style used by the American academic legal writing. Then one more style is ACS, American Chemical Society. American Chemical Society. The American Chemical Society. Chemical Society. If you those who are wish to publish any chemical article or any chemical process, if you want to submit, this is the separate format they are having. So your reference should be in the format. Then only they have to approve and they publish. Then AIP, American Institute of Physics. American Institute of Physics. These are the styles. And the Vancouver system. Science, Council of Science Editors. This is recommended by the Council of Science Editors. This format is mainly used for medical and scientific purposes. Medical and scientific literature. Medical and scientific literature is used CSC, Council of Scientific, Vancouver system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum 7 or 8 styles we have discussed. So that sorry, I have explained. So if you whatever it may be, that you just if you want any citation, you have to go through the Google and type your format and the standard procedure which it will display. You have to follow accordingly. And one more thing, your reference all in your for example, if you are doing a research article, you will give references. You want to give 10 references for your work. You want to give 10 references for yours. So all the references should be in single format. For example, if your first 3 references in MLA style, then 4th and 5th in UPS style, and some other style you don't follow. That is not a pencil. So you have to follow any one style in your one work. So suppose if you are doing some another work, you have to follow some other style. That is up to your end. As you wish. And the maximum that, for example, maximum now on the almost all the was having citation, how to cite that particular article in the page itself. For example, if you are going to Wikipedia, I have to take an article from Wikipedia. You don't know how to cite it. You don't know, have an idea about to how to cite that particular article. But you need to that particular article for you used to add the particular article reference in your work. So but you don't know how to cite it. So that particular article published in, for example, you have to think it is published in Wikipedia. So what I suggested, you have to go through that homepage on that article page. Right? So definitely almost 70 or 80% nowadays that how to cite that article in 4 or 5 models. Right? So for example, now the plagiarism, for example, you should take plagiarism. You are going to type Google plagiarism definition or meaning, whatever maybe you have to type it, and all are well known about the Wikipedia. All are well known about the Wikipedia. So right side corner, a small globe circle, and the Wikipedia envelope. These are in small margin. Then again, the center part will be the pleasure concept or definition or meaning. That complete detail of the list, and that means complete content will be shown to us. Then this left side, the left side between the margin, you just go through all the parts. So definitely it will be the cite this page column, or cite this article, cite this article, cite this content, whatever it may be. Any links will be there. So if you click that, it again it shows to that which style you need, which style you need. That means already informed to you APA, MLA styles, MHRA, Chicago manual, COMS, Chicago manual of styles, Go-book, whatever that BibTeX. So these are the things automatically displayed. If you click that particular style, automatically the format will be shown to your desktop or shown to your page. Now you have to cut and copy the reference only, not in full things. Okay. So if you are unable to do the format of structure, you should be consult with your professional experts or your guide. Whatever. Without a guide's knowledge, you can't do anything, or you should be consult with your guide. Definitely, they give proper direction to you because they are having some knowledge than you, more knowledge than you on your particular research. So better you have to consult your guide, consult your expert. If you feel he is expert on this field, you definitely have to consult and avoid plagiarism.
Sir, sorry for interrupting. Could you please be louder when it is highly advisable, sir, because we can't able to hear you.
Now is okay, ba?
This is okay, sir. At an initial stage, it is okay, sir. But when you are moving for lecturing, the voice is not audible, sir.
Audible. Oh, sir. Okay. Again, may I repeat it, sir? Hello, Dilip sir. Hello, Dilip sir.
Sir, you can just give a summary of what you have done with so far, sir.
Right.
A little bit louder, like how you will handle classes in.
Yeah. Okay, now you are able to audible.
Yeah, now I can hear it, sir. But the moment when you are moving on, the audio is not clear.
Okay. Now it's okay, I think so.
Okay,
hello.
Sir. Yes, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Wait, sir. Dilip sir, one more information I need. May I continue from beginning?
Not from the beginning, sir. You can give a summary of
summary,
what you have done. Just a gist of it.
Right.
And you can follow the rest of the things, sir.
Okay. So we have discussed the style manuals, different style manuals, right? And how to avoid plagiarism. So identify your area of subject interest. First you have to identify your area of interest, and should spend time regularly for reading. At least if you are doing research, you should spend at least 1 hour per day for your reference existing literature. Then carefully read the article and or text. Carefully read the article or text, whatever it may be. Then you have to go to citation. Plan, start and schedule the time. Time is important criteria for your work, because if you are going to take more time, that also waste your life. If you waste your time, you cannot recover the time. So you have to plan and start your schedule time. Right. Write your own content. Don't copy and paste. Avoid the copy paste system. And think innovative. New ideas. Think innovative. For if you want to think innovations, you go to read more information. Definitely the reading habit will be the provide the innovative knowledge to you. So then think innovative, present informative, crisp information. The unwanted details don't include, avoid the unwanted information and your work. So very particular work, your particular content only you have to audit your work. because unnecessary information will be lead to confusion for the researchers. So be care on presentation. Be care on the presentation in the sense don't present in front of all the audience. Even if you are compiling a thesis and drafting an article, drafting a book, whatever it may be, that also known as presentation. So present informative. Concentrate new concept, latest technology, update yourself. That means update yourself on your subject concern. What are the things happened recently? So that kind of knowledge also important to the research writing. So these are the things minimum required for avoiding the plagiarism. So again, Gibbons are requested me to crisp the information. So some of them not audible to that. So I want to, what are the items only to be cited? Again, I used to mention books, edited books, journals, article from journals, article from newspapers, daily, monthly, weekly, magazines, whatever it may be, the articles, manuals, technical report, patterns and standards, data sheets, government publication, that is gazettes, GOs, article from conference proceeding. These are the things you should maintain to show the citations. Diagrams, formulas, theories, for brochures, pamphlets, legal documents, statistical report, internet sites, information from mail, microfilm, software lectures. These all items should be sure to give citation for your work. And so why we are commit plagiarism? We are suppose if are now the one example I want to say. Examination. Please assume examination hall. All are sitting. A boy named as Sundar enter delay 10 minutes delay. So all supervisor permitted to appear the examination. They come and sit in front of a girl named as so that boy approached the girl to show his examination paper, but she is not ready to show immediately. But later he give a lot of request that girl shows his paper. That one question is model leave letter. One question in that examination paper was model leave letter. So the girl was examination over. The girl shows that complete exam answers. So the boy copy all the things without the knowledge of supervisor. Up to his level, he copied all the things and he submitted. The paper evaluation is going on. Teacher was shocked because he was faithfully Ashwini. Even he is not having enough knowledge to put his name. He cut and copy paste like that system. So unaware. So this kind of situation will be happen in our school days. But now it will be the boom of information communication technology forcing us to fight the plagiarism, because all are well known about this article which it was published. For example, the Principles of Scientific Management by famous author. All are using the almost 100 years back it was published. Institute of Scientific Management, F.W. Taylor, I think so. So and Conscience by Edward Williams. So these are the standard books. A lot of references will be carry over. More than 100 years back it was published. So definitely this kind of information we are unable to avoid these sources in our work. So for that we definitely quote actual author original work. We definitely give the credit to the original work done by someone else. So avoiding plagiarism is essential to nowadays researchers. That I thank the participants and I thank the organizers of this session. Thank you. Those who are wish to any questions, ask me. If I wish to clarify, suppose if it is not possible, I will send a mail to you. Thank you, the participant. Thank you, our organizer. Thank you, the management of SNS, SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Thank you. Sir?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. What about that, sir?
Any queries? If you have, you can just post it in the chat box.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I am replying for that. Otherwise, I will send the mail to them.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Uma ma'am. Uma ma'am. I'll share you the PPT because the PPT was not shared on the screen right now. But let me even put it in the group, the
Yes.
PPT that what Sir has presented, so that it will facilitate every one of you to go through it.
Hello, Ribbon, sir.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Anyone send any information, sir, regarding this?
Sir, percentage of plagiarism digestible in an academic research as there is no thumb rule. Is there any thumb rule?
Sir, there is no thumb, but whatever it may be, sir, we the response of avoiding the plagiarism. This basic concept, sir. So some of the states, what they are doing is, for example, if you are a statistical part, that means if you are doing a social science scholar, you have to submit your thesis. The third or fourth session is analytical part. That means research methodology, right? So you have to consolidate all the data and give the chart or a diagram, whatever it may be. The data may be analyzed and present in the form of diagrams or any other forms. So this is, if put it into Urkundu, it shows plagiarism. So some of the states, what they are doing is remaining theory parts they have to give 90%. If you are they categorize into part, the statistical part they give 25% or 30%, because overall 20 or 15% is permissible. But it is best we can sure to publish our article or a thesis, whatever it may be, almost we completely avoid the plagiarism system. Otherwise, it will comes to anyone will make the query. Lot of issues we have we can see in the newspapers, and lot of incidents also happen. Even vice chancellors, some of the vice chancellors are depromoted. Lot of foreign poets, poets and scholars may be affected in this category of plagiarism. Yes, sir. Almost, and one more information. Some one of the. Yes, tell me.
Unstable.
Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Suren sir? Sorry, Dilipan sir. Hello, Dilipan sir. Hello.
Sir, we are getting you, not an issue.
Are you getting, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir, please.
So,
another question is, suppose we
me.
upload articles in Google Scholar or ResearchGate, what is the probability of plagiarism despite if its own article?
No, sir, it is not considering your plagiarism concept. You have the responsible for the plagiarism. You are the author, you are the creator, you are the moderator of this content. You are the responsible for that plagiarism. Google Scholar and academia or any indexing system is not provided that what is called that not shows your plagiarism system. If you wish to clarify your plagiarism percentage, just go to Google and type online free plagiarism checker. 100% online free plagiarism checkers are available. But what happened? No, the free of cost, and you almost 1,000 words and 2,000 words only permitted. Some of them may be using in this team. Some of the participants may be used. I think so. Some of them are not able to having this kind of knowledge. I informed to them. Just type the plagiarism checker online free. So it give more than 5 or 6 plagiarism tools, online free tools. You just copy and paste your article or Word files also it accepted. So after giving the plagiarism checker, it shows which source you have to download from that article. Yeah, if you want, you have to clarify now itself and open the Google and type the plagiarism checker and some article from others. You have to copy and paste it automatically this article which was published in the journal name and by authored by someone else, it was published in the year, which issue, everything it will be displayed. So we have to self-checking. This is a way. Otherwise, if you are going to Government of India provide Urkundu and Turnitin, that is depend upon the universities. Maximum the universities having their own work. That means their own scholars submitting the article, submitting the thesis. They used the Urkundu or Turnitin. Any queries, sir? Hello.
After checking the plagiarism check online, will our article be published without plagiarism?
Tell me, after checking your plagiarism online, free tools, free open source tool.
Will they publish the articles without plagiarism?
Yeah, if you are sure about your plagiarism checker, they definitely it will give the report to you. Accordingly, you have to modify your article. Then, if you are going to publish, there is no issue at all.
So, adding to what Dr. P. Muthukumari sir has told, putting it very clear, how many of you I want to put forth you a question? How many of you have a habit of writing skills? People of 60s, 80s, 60s, 70s, they have a writing skill actually. Before the interventions of computer into the field of education, everyone what they used to do is they used to have a habit of writing. But now, see, everyone are started doing a magical thing that is cut and paste. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Then, sir, some of them used the synonymous system. They cut and copy that. For example, if they wish to use that paragraph from others, they cut and copy the word form, open the word file, they paste it, and right click, they give the synonyms automatically. It shows. They convert they use the new term, and they think they assumed it as some of the new audience will be so think this is their own content, but it is not possible. But automatically it will be the punishable offense only. Yes, I'm sure.
Because
first of all, sir, those who are writing skill is very basic needs for writing skill. First, you all should read anything else. At least we should spend a time for reading daily. What it may be, that senior article, even food, preparation of food, whatever it may be. This reading habit definitely will promote you to the thinking new ideas, innovative information about your. For example, if you read any content today, you have an idea. That same content you have to read on tomorrow, you have get a new idea. So this changes automatically will be done in our thought process. So I request all the participants to you have to spend at least half an hour or 1 hour to read anything else. To reading, no need to study, no need to prepare study. You should read. Reading is entirely different from study. Lesson plan, these are the works is entirely different from. Read any article, at least read any newspaper also. This practice will be improve your memory capacity, then thinking capacity, then lot of mental process will be involved. Tell me, sir.
And I want to add something because as Sar has rightly pointed out, if you start reading, you'll get some the essence of knowledge. Because the moment research is nothing but you search and you got something, and you are going to do out of what you have searched, you are going to do another thing. That is what a research. So previously there were competition, and later it became competition. What is competition? A work of someone is being copied by us. That is what competition. And how many of you agree with there is one more word called as surpetition? Okay, it usually in the business scenario we used to do it. People those who belongs to management, you can come across with this word, I think so. Surpetition. Surpetition is nothing but out of the competition, surpassing all those things and getting ahead. Like நம்ம ஊர்ல தமிழ்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி செம்மறியாடு வழிய போயிட்டு இருக்கிற மாதிரி வழிய போய்கிட்டே இருக்கிறோம். அதுல ஒரு செம்மறியாடு எதுல விழுந்துச்சுன்னா எல்லாரும் வரிசையில விழுந்துருவாங்க. Putting it in very clear. The same thing everyone is doing right now. So instead of that thing, if someone is moving ahead, see from the same path what you're moving, if you're coming out and if you're what we are thinking, that is what the right path. That is where you can avoid your plagiarism. So before 5-6 years back, every one of us, we don't come across with a word called as plagiarism. I hope you all are agree. Now it is often a word. It becomes a buzzword: plagiarism, and plagiarism. So I used to tell people, those who completed their PhD 5-6 years back, you are the luckiest people. Without any plagiarism, you got your PhD degree. Of us, the people those are doing research nowadays, people of 90s generation, people of this particular generation is facing all this problem. Why? See, we are blaming the university, we are blaming the academic parts, but in another part, we have to blame both of us. Actually, we are also equally responsible, including me. I am telling, we all are equally responsible. The thing is, we don't have a habit of writing skills. The moment when you start writing a paper by yourself, okay, so immediately what this generation, what we are doing it, because most of the people are digital natives instead of digital immigrants. People of 80s are digital immigrants, and people of 90s, they have involved both in the part of digital immigrants as well as in digital natives. So immediately we'll switch on our computer, we'll cut and copy, we'll make everything. Okay, for a conference we'll send a paper, and for UGC publication journals we'll send a paper, and finally we'll get a message that this much of plagiarism is there, so your paper is not accepted. Kindly modify your paper and send it back to us. So this is where we are lacking, is the one part, as Sar has pointed out many things. But adding to me, out of my personal experience, what I'm telling you is, the moment when we start writing with our own research skills, that is what writing skill is getting happen. Probably, if time permits, this week we have how to, a researcher should have a writing skills in writing a research paper and proposal. We have one other webinar, because writing skill is most important. When you start writing, automatically you can pass out of this plagiarism and all those things. So every universities, they follow their own plagiarism system. See, Bharadwaj University, they permitted some percentage. Now they have even reduced the percentage so that the research work can be even more quality. So every university follows their own plagiarism pattern. The thing is, if you start writing it, automatically you can get rid of this plagiarism. That is what a final solution of it. Because why I'm telling is, every 3 months I'm publishing 3 to 4 articles in UGC publication. Even at this time of lockdown, simple, not even, see, my paper is not, the paper what I have published recently, it is not even a research paper. That is like, I didn't get any respondents, I didn't connect any statistical tools and anything. Simply I put one thing: total quality management. We all know in a concept in the Department of Business Administration, people, those who belongs to that particular department, you know, total quality management. What I did is, I applied this TQM concept in the field of education, because quality becomes much more thing, because NAAC is coming up with much more tedious thing to every institution to cope up with the NAAC day-to-day updates. So where is the quality is lagging in an institution? So what is the thing as an academician, as an administration, what we want to do to cope up all those things? So I applied this TQM concept in an education mode, and I made a paper in a conceptual way where I started writing it. I just had some references, but I started writing. You believe it or not, I don't know. With 6.28 impact factor, that paper has been published in a UGC research journal. Because the thing is, writing skill is more important. When we are coming out of all those things, that is what I told you. Serpentation plays a vital role nowadays, because you have to know about serpentation. Because a business scenario is like that. All companies, because previously we have one IT industry, now the same thing, we have 10 IT industries in the same street itself. So where is the competition level? So what, the more he copy from you, the more you have to get innovate. But what we are doing it, the more we copy, the more again we are copying it. Okay. So when we are coming out of this, all those things, definitely we no need of anti-plagiarism software at all. We don't need Turnitin, we don't need any software to check at all. If our writing skill is up to the mark, we don't need all those things, and definitely the university or the UGC or MHRD, whomever it may be, they remove this thing. That is the one part what I felt from my part, which is very bad, because the writing skills, we are losing our writing skills because we have a number of things in the search engines, in the Google, in the Wikipedia, and most of our researchers, what we are doing it, we'll copy it from a researcher, from the Wikipedia. The moment when you're copying from a Wikipedia and you are stating the thing in your research work, automatically the plagiarism software will ping it out and it will show that this much of percentage is there. So kindly avoid taking some content from Wikipedia. And if someone has done a work, cited it, as Muthukumar sir has rightly pointed out, you please cite it out it. Okay, the moment when you're giving with reference and cited, it will be automatically, you'll be free from this usage of the problem of this plagiarism. So every researcher, because we got 532 registration for this program. Immediately I was shocked, and I was talking to Dr. Uma ma'am, the research coordinator of Dr. SLR Kas. We received this much of thing because the anxiety in us made us to register for this program. So I thought on the basis of the interest of all the participants, we'll have one more session on the same topic, anti-plagiarism. We'll have by the next week, I'll arrange 2 to 3 speakers so that we'll have a very good session. We'll dedicate at least one day for this particular anti-plagiarism workshop, so that we can know much more thing in the coming days also, much more thing about this thing. And thank you, Muthukumari sir, for spending your valuable time with us. May I request Uma ma'am to share a few words about this.
Yeah, good afternoon to all. The session was very interesting. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. The session was very interesting, and it is mostly applicable to the people who are doing their research work, and as well as the people who are interested in writing a research article. So, sir, first of all, I thank you, sir. It's a very useful session to us, in which you have discussed about the background of the plagiarism and how it has been evolved, and what are the different types of plagiarism, and how it has to be cited, and how it has to go along with, and so on. So some of the inputs which you have given from which we have taken into consideration is, nowadays we lack the practice of writing and reading, because we don't have time because of so many documentation works in our colleges and so on. We will take into consideration, sir, to how to write. We will have the writing practice and as well as the reading practice, as you said. Even though we have interest in reading, we don't find time because lots of work, that is, we have to prepare for the classes, we have to document the things and so on. So we will take into consideration, sir, the writing and reading as a practice, at least an hour in a day. With this, all these inputs, I will conclude the remarks. Over to Dileepan.
Thank you, sir, Dr. P. Muthukumari, sir, for spending your valuable time with us and for accepting our invitation. I thank the research coordinator also for taking steps, and I kind of apologize to the participants because of the technical issues, because we have more number of registration, and our wish is to make everyone to get into the learning platform. So we are working on it. Probably this evening again we are going to work on it. So at the maximum, we make it everything get ready, and that will fetch to your mail ID or your WhatsApp right at the right time. I hope so. And again, another part is people, those who are registering in the Google Forms, give your right mail ID, because you are typing your mail ID, but the first letter automatically when you're typing the first letter, it becomes capital. So we have many issues on it. So continuously when I'm putting it in a mail, it shows the mail ID is the wrong one. So kindly, when you are giving your mail ID, please make sure that your mail ID is correct, because when you're moving for Microsoft Teams, rather than putting it in your WhatsApp group, it is very easy for us to make the attendance to notify in the your mailbox, in your mail. So give your mail ID as much as when you're giving, because that's what we are asking for 2 times. So give your mail ID at a maximum in a correct way, so that it will facilitate us to send your notification. So yesterday we have some issue. Today we have nearly half an hour to 1 hour. We were struggling like anything. So it is a great apologize from our side. So I hope that will not continue in the coming days also. So tomorrow we have another webinar, and for this entire till Saturday we have a program, and next week also we plan to have some couple of programs. So kindly please stay tuned with us. As hope in the anti-plagiarism we'll have one other workshop also. So that it will, because most of the participants aren't able to join in the session. So we'll have another session on discussing with the resource person. I'll let you know when we'll be having it. So next week probably we'll have one session on how to write research article. Okay, that itself is the need of the hour, because most of the people of the entry level, I'm not blaming, so don't take it that I'm blaming. Take it in the right sense, take it in a positive way. The entry level, like assistant professors, even I found difficult when I was getting in, actually, But the day when I started practicing is till now I have published 289 articles, and I have 289 articles I have presented both national and international level, and I have published nearly 163 papers so far, and I have received 700 funded projects, and I have completed. So I'm not for my fame, I'm telling you. It is actually a need of the hour. Okay, so me and the program coordinator Dr. Uma Maheshwari ma'am was talking on planning how to write a research article and a research proposal. So probably we'll be having it in the next thing. We'll ping you out. We'll let you know very shortly. So kindly, and the final thing is, again, I'm apologizing it for taking much of your time today. So it will not repeat again, I hope so. So thank you for your patience listening, and for your active support and cooperation in making our program a grand success. So on behalf of Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi Arts and Science College and the Center for Creativity, Research and Development, and on behalf of the principal, faculty members, management, as well as the research coordinator, and my own behalf, I thank every one of you for attending these things. Even though we have some difficulties at an initial stage, with much more difficulties, you have joined us. That itself is overwhelmed. We are highly overwhelmed. So take everything in a positive way, because of course we'll have some technical issues, because the same platform was used by everyone across the globe. So kindly bear with us. We'll hope in the tomorrow's session. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.